want margin top of 3. Text should be white. PG indigo. There's a background color. Padding 7. The width should be 90%. Margin auto, and so everything should be in the middle. On the large screen, we want the width to be 800 pixels. Then we want on medium devices, the width should be 800 pixels as well. They want everything to align in the center. Then save this. We want to start color hashtag 758199. And we also want this to be in uppercase. Sorry, class. Then we want to display form titles here. And we want to use the page constants. Our page constants. Okay, I can see why it wasn't showing anything previously. So let's go back. So we can see here, since our page constant is 0, we're getting the project information. So let's go back. And down here, we want to display the page display. All right. Okay, so we can see is coin info. The coin info, because the page is 0, so we're getting this coin info at first. So we need buttons to be able to switch into different projects, different pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to say div class name. We'll say margin 5, align center. Say button class name. We want it to be a button. Gap 2. Margin right 3. We want it to be disabled. We want it to be disabled if the page is currently 0. The reason we want to disable it if the page is 0 is because this is going to be the previous. Anyways, let's just continue. I'll explain once we're done. And I'm going to say on click. Sets the page to be the current page, the current snapshot, and take that current page and minus it from left. Close this and say previous. Okay, so after the previous button, we also need the next button. So we're going to say class name. I'm going to say bit here with a gap of 2, a little bit of spacing. And we're going to say on click. Okay. We're going to on click now. If the page goes to form titles, -1, client page. Then here we're going to see if the page equals to form. I'm going to explain this once I'm done typing it. Just hold on. Length -1. Say submit. Else say next. Okay, so over here in the previous button, let's say our page is 0. Once our page is 0, it will show the first information, which we have project information, which will show this. Now, if we want to go to the next page and we want to click on the next button here, it will first check, is the page equal to the form.length -1? That means over here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, but that's like 4, right? So if this is the 4th, you have to -1, which will now become 3, which will now lead to this. That means we're on this page. So if we're on this page, we can't go next again. We can only submit because that's the last page. And that's why over here we say if the form title.length -1, which is form title.length is 4 -1, which is 3, which is the last page that we have. If we're on the last page, show submit, that means the user is ready to submit because it's on the last page. If it's not, then you can show, then you can show next. So, and over here we have the, it checks if the page, what it does is that if the page is equal to 0, it will disable the button, it will not work. Let's just check that out. So as you can see here, let's just refresh this. The button is disabled when you're in the first page because you can't go back. There's no other back, you can only go forward right now. So we go next, we see the project chain, next, project socials, next, project creator info, and we have submit. And then previous until it is disabled. Very simple. This is how we're going to do our multi-step form, where we're going to take the first project information. User will fill in that. Then when the user press next, he'll fill in the project chain information, address and stuff. When he goes next, he'll fill in the project socials. When he goes next, he'll fill in the creator of this coin or project, the information, and then the user can submit the coin. Now, this page will only render if the user is logged in. As you can see, we're logged in right now. Let me check if my data connection is very solid before testing this. Okay, solid. All right, so what we're going to log out. Once we log out, is we refresh. No, this is how it wants to be. All right, so if we come to submit coin here, it will redirect us to the login page because you have to be logged in for you to be able to create a coin. So if we click that again, you can see it's not allowing us to do that unless we create an account. So let's log in back to our account. On this our password again. How are you? All right, so let's go to our submit coin, which will allow us to access it now because we are logged in. Beautiful. Now we want to get the project information, but before we do that, we want to have a progress bar here to show the user that yes, you are moving forward and then to the final part. We just want the user to know the progress of whatever is doing. And to do this is very, very simple. Where we go to this UI, you can see I'm using mostly these UI items because I don't know why, it's just really simple. You know, it works with Tailwind CSS, so you can easily customize it. I'm going to do for progress. Okay, see progress over here. Let's click progress again. Oh, no switching. Okay, my network is a bit mix it right now. Anyways, let's just go back to our code. We're going to go up to this div here. Let's go back. Okay, it has loaded. All right, this is how the progress bar looks like. So we want something like this in our code. So we're going to copy the code. As you can see, it just uses a progress class name and value max. That's just what it uses. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a new constant here. And we're going to name that constant progress value. Now we're going to say if page is equal to 0, return 25, else if page equal to 1, return 50, else if page is equal to 2, return 75. Else if page is equals to 3, return 100. Okay, so we have this saved, and now we can go ahead with our progress bar. Our progress bar is going to be here. Div class name, progress, the value to be our progress value, then max is 100. I can close this. All right, let's look at CITs. All right, so our progress bar here, previous. Exactly. So we can see it's changing with regard to which page you are currently on. All right, so that is perfect. Now we want to start working on our individual sections. For example, this project information here. Okay, so let's get into the individual pages. First of all, the project information. Let's go back. Now we're going to go to our coin info here, because this is where the coin information is. And before we do this, we need to pass in certain info. Now on our submits here, we need to create the state values of this form, because this is a form after all. And what we're going to do, we're going to come down here. We're going to say form data. It's a constant form data set form data equals to useState. I'm going to have coin image. I'm going to have new input. We're going to have symbol. We have the network. It's going to Binance Smart chain BSC. We're going to have the contact address. Okay, let me just copy and paste this. I'll just go through it for you guys. Okay, then we have the description, the day, the month, the year, custom charts, custom swap, website URL, Telegram URL, Twitter URL, Discord URL, and the contact Telegram URL. Now that we have all this information, we need to pass that information into our individual pages. So we're going to say form data equals to form data. And we'll say set data equals to set form data. Then we're going to copy this. Copy. Let's paste this here. And here. And here. Let's save. Now, in our coin info, when we go back now, we're going to get all that information from data and set from data. All right, let's go. So let's say div class name. I'll put a margin top of 5. Now we're going to create a mini avatar. So what we're going to do, we want to display like a small this thing where the user can upload the project image. So we're going to come over here. We're going to say div class name avatar. Let's say div class name width 24 rounded. Now we're going to leave this like this for now because we want to first show where we can pick an image. So this is div class name equals to margin top 5. And we're going to be using FilePicker from Evergreen UI. We imported this earlier. It's nothing fancy. It's just a component for selecting images. It's the same thing as input and then type file. I did a video on that. I'll link it in the description below for you guys to have proper understanding. So we're going to say class name. I just prefer using this FilePicker with for max WS. Okay, and then say placeholder. The placeholder is going to be upload project image, and we're going to say on change files. I'm going to say set from data, and we're going to say the spread operator. We spread everything from data, and then we're going to change the coin image. We're going to make it files first one, and then here we're going to close this. We're going to save. Alright, just take a look at that. Alright, you can see here and select a file. Now we want a mini avatar here. So how are we going to do that? We have this here. But first, we need a dummy image. Let me get a dummy image for us. Public. All right, so in our public folder here, we're going to create, I'm just going to copy this here. So dummy images, and in our dummy images, we have avatar.jpg here, which is just a little something like this. What we're going to do, we're going to say, create a simple if here. We're going to say if form data dot coin image, if it exists, then we want to display that. We want to say image source equals to URL dot create object URL form data dot coin image. Okay, we're going to say alt, because every image tag should have an alt. Project image. Now closer. We're going to come here. Say else, if there's nothing in that form data.coin image, we want to display a dummy images avatar.jpg. I want to say the alt choose the also project image. Okay, so let's check that out. All right, you can see it here. Now if we select and look for a picture here or paper, if we select a picture, it will instantly change to the picture we've selected. So that's how we want it to be. Now we can then continue on other information. All right, so another way here, once we're done with that, we need to go down here. We say div, the class name, margin top 5. We're going to say another div, class name, margin top 3, margin bottom 2, line left. Let's say this is our name, or let's say project name, and then we're going to put asterisk to show that it is very, very important, but we'll just put 1. It's not that deep. It really is not that deep. Then we're going to say input. You say type equals to text, then the value of this, if there is a value, we're going to say form data dot name input. Yes, then we're going to the placeholder of Bitcoin as an example. Then we're going to say class name is going to equals input order input ascent. Okay, background of dark 0 because we want it to be dark. Then the width should be full. Then we're going to say onChange equals to function event. We don't need this. Set form data. I'm going to use the spread operator on data. I'll say the name inputs event of target. Okay, once we're done with that, close this, save. All right, so we've got the user's name. text, form data name impute, Bitcoin, our styling, and our unchange. Alright, so we can see it's here already. But we're not seeing the project, it's the project name here. And why is that? Why are we not seeing it? It means that from our index page, let's go to our index. Okay, over here we have page display here. We'll color this for this. Here we have text white. Now it means our text white is not working properly. It's not working properly. So I'm just going to come here. I'm just going to say color. And let's put this to white. Let's see. All right, so that's that solved. Now we can go on to our next, the next information we want to collect. So we're going to come down and we're going to go to here, our project name. So now we need to get a symbol. So we're just going to copy this and duplicate it. And we're going to come over here to some space, come here and change this to symbol and form data dot symbol text. Here we're going to make this as BTC. Okay, and here we're changing the symbol. Okay, all right, so that is that for this our project information. Now we are going to move to our next page. Okay, all right, so next project chain. I'll come back to our code. We go to project address that we have here. All right, so here we want to form data set form data. Okay, so here now we're going to clear this, also this. We'll say div class name margin top 5. All right, then we're going to say div class name margin top 3, margin bottom 2, line left. Let's go chain. All right, so here we're going to use select as a drop down. We're going to say select class name. And in this class name is going to be select pg dark 0, select sent, and the width should be 4. Okay, now on this we need to also create some options. I'm just going to copy that and paste that here. So we have option here. We have option here. This is the selected one. It will be the one to display first. We have all of these other options, their values already placed. So now we're going to come here. We're going to say run change. Anytime user selects this, we want to take the event and pass that as a set form data. I want to set the form data this and say